We're up in the northeast again at wb&sons for its forthcoming auction on the 4th of December. Now there's about 72 cars already here, around 110 expected, and some really special cars this time. Everything from a 1930s Singer right up to modern classics, including a 2007 Bentley Arnage T. So,
and right bang in the middle of that, what about this, Jeff? 1985 Renault 18 Estate. When did you last see one of these?
Not for many years. My neighbour had one, but this is a top of the range 2-litre GTX.
51,000 miles on the clock. Unbelievable.
Love those wheels.
Yeah, those are great.
This is the later Mark II version.
Roof rails, so you can properly still be practical with this.
The sort of gold beigey paint with the beige velour interior. Yeah,
honestly, it's really clean. It's a genuine survivor, this one. Get some wax on it, use it every day. I think it's absolutely lovely.
That's a very nice car, that.
But if you fancy something of this era, but maybe a little bit more special, a little bit more sporty, what about this? MG Montego, but with a little extra, this one.
Yeah, this is a very late car. This is unusual because not only is it a really low mileage example, but it's got this interesting body kit, which we had to do a bit of research finding out what it actually was. And it turns out it's a sort of factory-approved exclusive kit designed by Wood & Pickett, so that's a real rarity.
It looks a lot like a turbo, this one. This is the 2-litre EFI, so it's going to be the more reliable option, and whoever owned this one has done a great job looking after it. It is straight as an arrow down there. It's a great colour, British Racing Green, obviously. Even things like the wheels are nice and clean, they haven't been curbed. It's lovely, it's really nice.
I love the later ones on these sort of crossboat wheels. I think they look really smart. And we say less than 50,000, it's actually 42,000, so it's a real low mileage example, real survivor. And the trim is in lovely condition as well. That red stripe across the seat, all intact. Coat of polish on that, and that's a show car.
That's fantastic, absolutely lovely.
Really, really nice.
What if you fancy something smaller though, Jeff?
What, you think I might like minis, you know?
Slightly. It wouldn't be one of our auction videos without a mini, would it?
It wouldn't, and we've got several here. We've got a 92 British Open Classic, limited edition, a Sprite at the back, this Japanese import here, but this for me is something fantastic. 1973 Mini Clubman, 998, so one of the early pre-75 cars, 46,000 miles. Still got the little sticker on the speedo, which shows that it's really never been apart.
It's just great, isn't it? That bumper's never touched anything, that's all still straight.
No rust in the gutters, really, really nice. I think it's damask red, and it's got sort of a matching maroon interior, so that's really, really nice car. Look at those.
Yes.
Yeah, you got the original raised digit number plates, which I would put back on personally.
100%, yeah, quick clean up.
An impressive machine.
It's fresh, I really like it. Yeah. Do you want to go halves?
No, I just want it.
Yeah, just have it.
Yeah.
Or you could have one of these. Not one, but two Peugeot 205 GTIs.
I know, and one each of the breed. A 1.6 and a 1.9.
That one, 1992, 1.9 in red, and that is immaculate.
Yeah, there's not a mark on it, is there? It's straight as an arrow, a lovely car, under 100,000 miles, which is low.
Absolutely lovely. This one has not been B-roaded or gone through a hedge. It's just clean, original, tidy. I think it's even got the original radio in it as well. No marks around it at all. This isn't one to use and hoon every day. This is one to keep and use for shows.
That's a collector's car, that one, isn't it?
Absolutely lovely.
This one, not quite as tidy, probably one you could use a bit more often. And I like the 1.6. I mean, you're either a 1.6 fan or a 1.9, aren't you?
This one, still clean, still tidy, but it's not absolutely flawless. There's the odd little mark on the seat bolsters and the odd little bit of paint imperfection, little ding and dent here and there, but crucially, you wouldn't be ashamed to turn up in this anywhere.
And this one, of course, carries a much lower estimate than this one.
It does indeed, so more affordable. This could be your last chance to get into one for less than 10 grand. But what if you fancy something a bit more comfortable, a bit more relaxed, a bit of a cruiser? How about a Ford Granada?
Yeah, this is an interesting car, isn't it? It's a lovely low mileage example.
It's a fairly unusual spec, this, because it's a GL. It's sort of upper middle of the range. It's rare to find one in this kind of condition because most people preserve the gears because obviously most people wanted those. To find a kind of middle of the range spec in this kind of state in this day and age, it's pretty hard to find.
Like I say, it's a GL, but it's been treated to a set of 7-spoke wheels, so they weren't standard. It would have had steels and hubcaps, and that leather interior has been retrofitted as well. So the original dark cloth interior and the steel wheels come with this car. Like we say, low mileage, 32,000. Quite rare to see a saloon as well. Also, quite a lot of them are hatches.
The thing is, this is the kind of car that you could quite easily use every day, but if you took it to a classic car show at the weekend, bit of polish on it, this has still turned heads because you don't see them anymore.
And just for me, it's got this sticker that says, I'd rather be riding my rally burner which is enough to sell it to me, to be honest.
That alone, period touch. No, I love this, really, really nice. But if you fancy your Fords a bit hotter,
Yeah.
Mark V XR3i. When did you last see one of these?
Now we're having a bit of a debate about this. We've been chatting this through as we arrived today. Is this a 105 or the 130 horsepower version? Now we think it's a 130 because it's got rear discs. So answers on a postcard, but what a lovely thing.
It's just so immaculate. 29,000 miles on this thing. Super low mileage. It hasn't been painted, but the bodywork is lovely. There's just the odd tiny little ding in the bonnet, but on the whole, this is lovely.
It's a really, really lovely example.
It's a fresh example, and the seats in this, I absolutely love. Deep, big buckets. This could be the next classic fast Ford to invest in.
I think values are going up already, so you need to get in there quickly, I think.
But if you fancy something really, really rare, Fiat Strada. Where have they all gone?
And not only is it a Strada, but it's a Strada from 1979. I mean, they came out in 78, so this is
Really
early car, and a 75 CL as well, automatic.
I'll tell you a bit of trivia here, Jeff. I did a bit of research before we came here today. One of the rarest surviving variants of Strada, there are two 75 CL automatics. This is one of them, and it's
lovely,
fresh
isn't it?
as a daisy.
I love these first generation cars with this sort of integrated front end with the headlights in and the grille as part of the bumper. I mean, and the bumpers are in lovely condition as well.
The plastics aren't cracked or faded. The badges are still in great nick. It's just so nice.
Again, it's another low mileage car, 47,000 miles on this one.
There's a tiny little bit of paint just flaking here around the top of the sunroof, but frankly, that really is the worst bit of it. The rest of it is immaculate. You can see where the sun's hitting it here. It's just so straight, so original, oozes charm. And you know what? There's not many cars you can buy for this kind of money that are going to be this rare. This is rarer than any Ferrari or Lamborghini. But if this is just a little bit too modern for you, something a bit older over here. What about this? 1972 Datsun 240Z. Just take a minute.
I absolutely love these. I mean, what a machine. This one has been with the owner for 14 years.
Fantastic.
And he's lovingly restored it and upgraded it as well. So it's not a completely standard car. It's got triple carbs on it, triple Solex on there.
Stainless exhaust all the way through.
Yeah. And a 260Z 5-speed box, so making it a bit more usable.
The bronze wheels, these aren't original, these are aftermarket rotor wheels, but you know what? They really suit it. Aftermarket headlights as well, so these are going to be a lot better for actually using modern day than the original 70s items. The chrome's great on it, even the badges and all things like that. This is just such a nice example.
They're so desirable as well, aren't they?
And James from WB said to us that when he put some pictures of this on their social media, people just went crazy for it. So I'd expect this to sail way past its estimate.
Yep, absolutely.
Love it. But also, love this, Porsche 944. Now these are going up in value.
They certainly are, yeah, and this looks like quite an honest example, doesn't it?
Yeah, primed for a bit of improvement. The paintwork on it is tidy and clean, the bodywork's good, needs a little bit of a machine polish. Again, little things like seat bolster there, a little bit of recolouring would work wonders with it, but it's a tidy, honest example of a car that's getting rarer and getting more valuable.
Of course.
You want to talk rare? Mitsubishi Starion.
Yeah, and a UK supplied one as well. Narrow body car, Starion Turbo. I mean, look at that.
It's rare to find a UK car in this kind of condition. When Mitsubishi UK liquidated their heritage fleet earlier this year, their Starion went for somewhere around 20 grand, wasn't it? So these cars really, when they come to market, they are properly sought after.
Absolutely. This one, fairly low mileage as well. 73,000, you know.
That's fantastic. And again, it's straight, it's clean, it's great.
But of course, the genesis of the turbo car really belongs to SAAB, doesn't it?
Really does. What about this? An early square nose 900 turbo.
Yeah, the Combi Coupe. And I love this because it's green and green.
Green crushed velour interior.
Yeah, you've got this lovely bottle green exterior with the oh so of the time interior. They would do a lot of miles, don't they? They were used a lot, very reliable.
Yeah, very sturdy.
Bulletproof car, 77,000 miles. That's not a lot.
This car's got so many left in it. I mean, again, the paintwork, a little bit of attention needed, particularly on the roof. It's a little bit flat in places. It's not untidy, it's honest.
Really nice example.
But if you want to talk about classics that you can put some miles on, you've got to talk about this. The absolute king of the high mileage cars, Carbodies FX4 taxi.
Wow, look at that.
There's no disguising it. This one has been around the clock a few times. 501,000 miles on the clock, where obviously it started life as, unsurprisingly, a taxi, but it's been fully resprayed in Old English white. It's had a rollback roof conversion. It's got a red and white leather interior. If you couldn't tell, it also spent some time as a wedding car. And what a great way to use it.
They made these for so many years, didn't they? They came out, the FX4 came out in like 58, and this is pretty much one of the last, isn't it?
Plenty of space. The bride's going to get in there with a big dress on, no problem at all.
And if you need to make some manoeuvres in the car park, well, you've got a tiny turning circle, so.
Absolutely. I'm a bit of a soft spot for taxis, but if this isn't quite old enough for you, like you say, dates back to the 1950s, how about something pre-war? 1930 Singer Junior.
Basically a direct competitor for the Austin 7, so.
What a charming little thing. It's got some paint cracks and bits and pieces, but you know what? With a 90-odd-year-old car, don't change it, don't restore it.
I think this has been restored many, many years ago.
£7,000 to £9,000 estimate. I think that's a bargain.
Yeah, absolutely. Little 848, lovely. Really
It's
nice.
even got a little wicker picnic hamper on the back seat with that nice little period touch.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Really like it.
But if we're talking real rarities.
We're not just talking about this 2CV, which that's lovely, really like it, but
It's this, isn't it?
Morris 1800, Jeff.
A Morris 1800, but not just any.
Yeah, this one's a bit special.
Yeah, this is chassis number 99. It's the very first car off the production line.
It was used for quality testing, I believe, wasn't it?
Yeah, so it's built in around August 74. They didn't come out till early 75. This one hung around. It was taken up to Longbridge for quality assessment, then went back to Cowley and was sold to an employee after it was just sitting outside for a while, and that's why it got the R-Edge.
On the scuttle panel at the front, the signature of none other than Harris Mann, the chap who designed it in the first place. It's not cosmetically perfect, but it's absolutely unrepeatable. The first Princess off the production line, signed by Harris Mann himself. This is a proper collector's piece.
Yeah, love the flamenco red as well, so yeah, I could get on board with that.
But Jeff, what about a Mercedes? Something more German? A C-Class? These are really coming into their own as a modern classic now.
They are, and this one is unrepeatable in the sense I've never seen this one as clean on the rear arches. I mean, in there, no grot whatsoever.
Minty fresh. The wheels, if they haven't been refurbished, then they've been kept immaculate. That glorious blue interior, unmarked. Yeah, I really like this.
But I want that one.
Yeah. W124 Estate 300, it's the 24 valve, and it's the 24 valve with all the bells and whistles. It's got the brown leather, it's got 7 seats, it's got roof rails. I love it.
I've said it before, but this is another one where you're going to be refreshing that screen, aren't you? Just,
yeah, I really want this.
Yeah.
I think this is absolutely true. This is all the car you'd ever need, but it's still got that charm to it.
No, really, really on board with that one.
Yeah, love it. There's more stuff back here. Should we have a look?
Yeah.
A quartet of Volkswagens, Jeff. 3 Beetles of varying shades and a T2 camper.
Yeah, we really need our group editor, Paul Wager, here, don't he? Because he's our resident Beetle expert. But 3 Beetles, and they're all quite different. This is a 1600. This is a nice Cal look, orange creation, and there you've got a slightly patterned.
More of a project, that one, but I really like it. The multicoloured panels, I'd be tempted to just do as little bodywork on that as possible, keep it as is. I think it's quite charming.
That is a definite candidate for do not paint, isn't it?
Indeed. And like you say, the Cal look orange one here, love this.
Yeah, love the MP style wheels. It's just really nicely done, that.
Yeah, there's something for everyone. This sort of almond green on this one with the kind of brown vinyl interior, this is my pick.
Towel rail bumpers. And
yeah,
the,
like those.
US spec seats.
A little bit of bubbling on this rear wing here, but it's a Beetle, so there's so many parts available for it. That's not going to be expensive or difficult to rectify. And if you want a bit more space, obviously, the colour matched camper. Love that, the pop top. Oh, this is camping in style. I know Phil loves a retro camper van. That's fantastic.
But it's nice, there's one to sort of suit all tastes really, all budgets. I mean, the estimate on the 72 1300 over there is just 1 to 2,000, so a nice starter project, maybe for the winter or something like that.
So we've covered a lot of different cars of all different prices and types and calibers, but obviously we haven't shown you the full selection. Jump on the wb&sons website to see all the cars in the sale. There's about 110 cars in total, they reckon it's going to be.
Yeah, we reckon about 110 cars are expected. There's bidding in hall, online and by telephone as well, so there's plenty of options, plenty of ways to get your hands on one of these cars.
Could be the last classic sale of the year and a great way to grab a bargain. So if you're taking part, happy bidding.